Newcastle United under-21s are coming out onto the pitch here at Gateshead International Stadium. This is how the visitors line up here tonight. In goal is James Taylor, Leo Sahar, Dylan Charlton, Scott Bailey, Caffel, Heffernan, Kyron Thompson, Karan Karul, Anthony Munda, Josh Donaldson, Alfie Harrison and Johnny Emerson. On the bench for Newcastle is Rory Powell, Aidan Harris, Logan Watts, Ellis Stanton, Rory Finnan, Darren Palmer and Sean Neve. And this is how the Heat line up here tonight. Owen Mason in goal, Jamie Bramwell, Robbie Tinkler and Dan Jones make up the back three. The wing backs are Callum Tripp and Kane Adom. And then we've got Charlie Colquitt, Connor Panny, Will McGowan, Ben Warman and Javon Malcolm up top. On the bench, it's an inexperienced bench. You've got Preston Leach, John Bellahoon, who's a first teamer, Callum Bowen, Lucas Lowry, Carter Milmore, Jake Lish and Christian Lynn. And as I say, Gateshead are down to Fred Bear at the moment. They've been able to put a strong side out, but after that there isn't much on the bench. And of course, if you are just joining us, there was news just before kick-off that there had been a transfer out of the club today. Josh Williams, who was on loan from Birmingham City for the end till the end of the season, has been recalled and since sold to Mike Williamson's Carlisle United, or as we call it around here, Gateshead B. And so we've lost a player there, but Callum Tripp has come in, and that would explain how Gateshead have another loan player because of the other loan that was finished. But we are going through the coin toss at the moment. For our audio listeners, Newcastle in their classic claret and blue top, the blue and purple. They're just getting a huddle. Gateshead in their white and black strips with black shorts, black socks. And looks like Gateshead will be shooting towards the River Tyne, Newcastle towards the Felon End. We're all set here. We hope you are at home. Get your feet up. As I say, get that kettle on, open that tin, maybe even open that box of chocolates you got at Christmas that you thought you weren't going to eat. This is the time to have them. Enjoy yourself. Get immersed. National League Cup action. What more could you want? Well, once again, I am on my own this evening as Mark Carruthers is covering another game in the region. But it is going to be Donaldson that is going to get us underway here. Shooting towards the Felon End. There we go, we're underway. As the ball went long from Newcastle, goes out of play for a Gateshead throw. Come off a Newcastle head. Dan Jones takes the throw to Robbie Tinkler. Across the defence. And it is just making sure I get the numbers right there. Who's at the back? It was Bramwell, who's on the other side of defence. Ball back with Tinkler in the centre, brings it forward out to Jones just on the halfway line, cuts inside, nearly overplayed it. Was he fouled? Yes. Harrison just caught him there as he went past. Free kick already taken. Tinkler puts it across to Bramwell. Bramwell can play it down the line to Tripp, who plays it forward for McGowan to run onto. McGowan up against Thompson, still going with the ball, crosses it in there, headed clear though by the captain Heffernan. Gateshead through Colquitt can get the ball back to Bramwell, and in turn all the way back to Owen Mason in his familiar sweeper keeper role outside the box. Bramwell plays it into the centre. Tinkler finds Dan Jones. He's got Kane Adam on this left hand side. It goes into the centre. Lovely flick through, but hits off a Newcastle United player's legs, and they can clear that ball in turn as it's brought down. But Gateshead do intercept and play the ball forward. And Kane Adam now, can he open up and run at the defence? He can. He's on the left hand side of the box, and a tackle, and it's going to go out for a corner to Gateshead. Scott Bailey that got the tackle in there. So Connor Panny's going to be the man to come over and take this corner for Gateshead on our left hand side. goes along the floor towards the corner of the box. There's Colquitt, who crosses one in, headed clear though, only as far as Adam, who goes for a shot and misses it completely. And now Newcastle United are on the attack. Emerson driving forward with the ball. Gateshead's managed to get back in numbers, but there is Donaldson in the centre lurking, as is Cole. But just played it back into midfield, and Munda now can play it across to Bailey. Bailey gets it now out to Cole, who can look up. The man on the overlap as Shahar puts it in, and it doesn't go in play, goes over the crossbar and out for a goal kick to Gateshead. 3 minutes gone, 0-0, and it started off at a decent pace, it must be said. Once again, welcome to National League TV, DAZN viewers. Remember, free to watch tonight. If you'd like to watch it, go to the National League DAZN website. You can join us. Kane Adam sees the ball from the Gateshead dugout, plays it back to Jones. Jones plays it in the centre. Colquitt pokes the ball forward, and now Conor Panny can run on to Warman, and he plays the ball into the centre looking for the run of McGowan. McGowan brings it down. Can he get the shot away? He's having to twist and turn, pulls the trigger. Oh, he's still going. Now he gets, good block. He just tried to beat the man 3 times, but that's good from Gateshead. Got themselves into a dangerous position, and on the far side, Emerson showing great feet to avoid the tackle and cuts inside with the ball now. Looks to play the ball through the centre, looking for the run of Gruel, who is going to get there, but he needs support in the centre. Dan Jones comes across to cover the run, and the ball in the centre wasn't the greatest, but it comes back out to Gruel. Gruel twists and turns, wins a corner himself. Definitely a game played at a great pace so far. Doesn't have the feel of a league game, it must be said. Of course, the crowd not around the commentary position like normal. But we are going to have the corner coming in from Newcastle. 5 minutes gone. They've worked on something. They're sending signals from the corner taker. Plays it short. Back out to... Ball comes into the centre, bounces, hits off another player, but at the moment, Newcastle on the edge of the Newcastle area. Thompson on the far side tries to get down dead ball line, does manage to cross it in, but too close to the goalkeeper at his near post, and he can just scoop that up. Well, Bramwell gets the ball to Tinkler in the centre. Back out to Bramwell, who had a loan stint with South Shields earlier this season. Crossfield ball looking for Kane Adam. There's a lot on it, and it's headed out of play by Shahar. It's been taken quickly as Warman. Does he win a corner? He does. Leo Shahar being very busy at the moment. Another opportunity for Gateshead to get the ball into the box. It's Conor Panny. I think he sleeps with his feet in a grow bag because he looks taller than what he did last year. He's going to put this one in. In it comes. It's going to go right into the centre. It's a dangerous one. The keeper had to fist that one away, and it hasn't been fully cleared by Newcastle. Now it has, and that's a great clearance. Only as far as Tinkler brings it down the centre circle. Gateshead nicely pass themselves out of danger's way. Robbie Tinkler does send Newcastle player past him, and Colquitt can bring it forward now. Left hand side, gets it out to Conor Panny. Adams in the centre wanting it. Adams got the ball. Back to Colquitt on the left hand side of the pitch at the moment. Back down the line to Warman. Warman cuts inside. Panny back to Tinkler on the halfway line, and turn to Owen Mason, who's 45 yards out. A nice touch from Panny to get the ball to Tinkler. Tinkler looking to play the ball forward, but not finding the space to get that, and Newcastle can get it under control and pass it all the way back to Taylor, who in turn with a massive kick. Tinkler just lets that bounce. And the ball just didn't bounce up as much as he wanted there. He went to go to head it, and it had to be passed back to Mason, who in turn got a good clearance, but the ball is going to drop to Newcastle on the left hand side for them. Now try and open up as Gateshead get back in numbers. Emerson plays it inside now to Harrison. Back to Harrison again. Back out to Emerson. They're looking to get this ball moving. Gateshead do win it back though. McGowan can play it all the way back to Owen Mason. Owen Mason plays it through the centre, but only picks out Munda. Munda tries to get it forward and the shot away, and there's the opening goal. It was Harrison. It was a poor pass from Owen Mason, and it was collected on the edge of the area by Newcastle, and Alfie Harrison just teed himself up nicely and buried it into the back of the net, leaving Owen Mason no chance of getting to it. And that is 8 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Newcastle United 1.
Your goal scorer for Newcastle United FC U21s, number 10, Alfie Harrison.
Well, Alfie Harrison with a fine strike from the edge of the area there. What do Gateshead have in reply? So we wait for everyone to get back into position. Will McGowan stands over the ball on the centre spot. Gives it to Panny. Panny to Jones. Tinkler gives it to Colquitt. Colquitt dispossessed though by Harrison. Harrison goes for a shot from distance, tries to chip the keeper and had to poke it over. And Gateshead makers of their own downfall there with some poor passing at the back. And at the moment, Alfie Harrison, he fancies shooting from everywhere. Nearly caught Owen Mason off the line. So we wait a corner taker to come over. Leo Sahar. Places the ball down. In comes the corner now. Dangerous one towards the penalty spot, headed away. Gateshead can get on the ball to clear it and play it down the line. It's asking a lot of Javon Malcolm there, and the ball comes off Emerson and out for a Gateshead throw. Halfway inside their own half on this left hand side for Gateshead. Dan Jones on loan from Port Vale takes it, gets the ball back, chips the ball forward. It's a poor pass, and Newcastle just picking up the balls willy-nilly, and the ball in the centre. Donaldson into the box, tries to get past and pulls it past the post. Really should have been hitting the back of the net there. Tinkler might have just done enough to put him off, but Gateshead being carved open at the moment by Newcastle United. 10 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Newcastle 1. Well, crossfield ball looking for Kane Adam. He does get the ball, cuts inside of it, drives forward, tries to get past his man but dispossessed. And now Newcastle tried to get past Dan Jones. Was there a foul? Referee says no and gives a throw in. Quickly taken. Tinkler, wearing the captain's armband tonight, plays it across to Owen Mason on the edge of his area. Bramwell, former Grimsby man, plays it back. Now Dan Jones can play it inside to Connor Panny. Back to Tinkler. Tinkler inside the box to Owen Mason, who's been caught and managed to somehow get the ball. He hit it off Donaldson. Shaky moment at the back for Gateshead. Colquitt gives the ball back to Robbie Tinkler. Temperature is dropping here at the Gateshead Stadium. You can see the players' breath out there on the pitches. McGowan cuts inside of it, just slows it down somewhat, gives it to Connor Panny. Panny finds Colquitt, played down the line and asking way too much of the debutant Callan Tripp. Throw into Newcastle on the far side. So we wait the throw. Taken now. Some nice passing football from Newcastle as they build from the back and try to get the ball forward, but Gateshead interrupt and disrupt and can play the ball all the way back to Owen Mason. And Owen Mason caught again, really too slow. He needs to be moving that ball quicker out of his feet, but Newcastle closing down at the moment on the right hand side. Cool. Been upended though. There's a referee said play advantage. He hasn't. He's pulled it back. as Donaldson was brought down about 25 yards to right hand side of the box. This is an opportunity for Newcastle to swing one in. And at the moment, Owen Mason looking a little bit shaky at the back of his passing. Well, Leo Sahar is going to take this free kick. Two-man wall. But I think this will be swinged in right in between the defence and the goalkeeper. In it goes. It's a dangerous one. Headed clear though, but it's going to be picked up by Newcastle on the edge of the box. Shot off, hit and deflected at the wall. Now they can try and win the ball back. They have. And Gateshead now can get the ball away. Javon Malcolm on this left-hand side. Dances past, keeps going. He's on the left-hand side. He's going to drive into the box. He needs support in the box. Can he pull it back across? He's still going. Oh, what a fantastic individual goal! Javon Malcolm driving down the left-hand side, takes it down to the dead ball line, and then from an acute angle places it to the side of the net across the goalkeeper and defence, and levels the game here on 14 minutes. It's Gateshead 1, Newcastle United 1. Well, I was absolutely thinking he needed to pass that ball when he got down to the dead ball line, but he kept going in a fantastic individual effort. Managed to get over the tackle of the Newcastle United defender in front of the Newcastle dugout, and then just opened up and unleashed himself down that left-hand side. Wow, fantastic individual goal. It's a ball played forward on the far side, and now Emerson can bring the ball down. He's got target men in the middle, but he's up against Tripp. Tripp taking him down to the dead ball line. Ball crossed in. Owen Mason plucks it out the air. I think that's the third goal Javon Malcolm scored in this competition. He scored against Sunderland as well. There's the ball played forward now. Far side, Callum Tripp brings the ball forward. He's quite a tall player. As Gateshead just pass it in the back. Connor Panny just dispossessed there, a little bit weak, and now they bring it forward. Ball played out to Gould on this right hand side of the box. Gets a shot away. Good save from Owen Mason. Looked like it come off his hand next to his thigh there. He had to make himself narrow, if that makes any sense, to save that one. But it's a corner to Newcastle. 15 minutes gone. It's a level game here. Leo Sahar puts the ball down. I mean, he's got a decent delivery on him. We've seen it from the free kick before. Lots of movement in the box. In comes the delivery. Up in the air. It's headed clear by Gateshead, and Kane Adam manages to get the ball to Javon Malcolm, who's being wrestled, pulled on the shirt. And, well, it was Emerson didn't want to let Javon Malcolm open up there. I think there might be a yellow card for that one. Yeah, there we go. As now a free kick taken. Tinkler gives the ball to Bramwell. Gateshead's midfield looking a lot better than what it did the other day against Halifax, it must be said. Dan Jones under pressure, does get the ball away and gives it back to Owen Mason. Owen Mason pings the ball out to Callum Tripp, who gets the ball under control, but he's under pressure, plays it inside, and it was a bit of a blind ball, but the interception and the ball forward wasn't the greatest from Newcastle. Gateshead can build again from the back as Owen Mason pings the ball up. Nice flick there from Will McGowan, but it was Heffernan who was able to read that one and get his body in the way of Javon Malcolm. But now it is going to be Gateshead back in possession. Back to Tinkler. Bramwell gets the ball out to Tripp. Trip. I say Bramwell's just looking here, looking for options. Has to go back to Owen Mason. Tinkler. Mason with a long ball over the top, looking for the run of Javon Malcolm. It's going to bounce, but Heffernan does really well just to get in front of that and let it bounce through to Taylor. Heffernan looking quite the player. As goal scorer Harrison plays the ball forward, and it's a decent ball. Emerson's going to get onto it. It's beat the offside trap, gets the ball into the centre. Here comes Donaldson, finishes into the back of the net. He pulled it across, he arrived late in the box. The Gateshead defence didn't pick him up, and there is Newcastle back in front here on 18 minutes. So it's Gateshead 1, Newcastle United under 21s 2 here. And it's been end-to-end stuff at the moment. We've got goals in this game. Will we see some more? Well, the ball from Harrison through to Emerson caught the Gateshead defence napping in the pace of Emerson on the left-hand side. Got in front, pulled the ball back across the box, and there was Josh Donaldson making a late run in and burying it right in the centre of the back of the net. Just waiting for the Newcastle players to get back into position and we can get back underway here. McGowan, it's the ball to Colquitt, back to Dan Jones. Across the defence to Bramwell, who tries to get it to Tripp. He does. Nice 1-2 touch football as McGowan sends Tripp away on that right hand side. Puts across him. Javon Malcolm. Oh, didn't fall, but now it falls. Oh, Warman's shot was deflected and it comes out to Adam on this left hand side. Still with Gateshead at the moment as Jones takes a touch, carries it forward, tries to cross one in. It's a nice curling cross. Keeper had to come and punch it. Didn't get the clearest touch on it, but Gateshead can get back in possession through McGowan. Colquitt puts it back out to Tripp. Tripp linking up really well with McGowan. McGowan now just holds the ball up, looking to bring Colquitt into play. Dan Jones is asking for it in space here on this in the centre. Cries for him to shoot. It would be a bit ambitious. McGowan back to Jones. Nice ball through on the far side to pick out Tripp. It's fell to him. Offside flag goes up. It did look marginally off, but Gateshead still looking they're well into the game. Once again, thank you for joining us this evening, whether you're on the audio stream on YouTube or on DAZN National League TV. As now Charlton plays it forward. Emerson having to hold the ball up, gets past two Gateshead players and lay it back off to Charlton. Emerson dropping deep to get involved, gives it back to Charlton on the left hand side, tries to play a ball forward, intercepted by Gateshead though. And now Bramwell can give it to Tinkler, back to Bramwell. Gateshead still trying to play with their identity, even though the squad is a little bit more threadbare than normal as Tinkler turns his man. Was caught on the ankle, free kick given just on the edge of the box. Taken already. The ball comes across to Bramwell already, who can bring the ball up to Tripp. Tripp cuts inside with it. He's only 18, but he's a towering figure. His pass is asking a bit much of Robbie Tinkler there, but he gets to it. Fine clearance from Owen Mason. There's going to be a bounce, and Kane Adam was trying to get in there. Malcolm, can he hold the ball up? He holds. Good defence from the two Newcastle United players, Heffernan and Munda, using their bodies just to marshal it out the way. And Newcastle can build from the back again as Charlton plays it back to Taylor. Taylor will just put it across to Sahar. Sahar will ball through the centre. Does fall to Gateshead though as the ball come off Donaldson. And Bramwell now can just give it to Colquitt, back to Bramwell. He's going to go into the centre to Connor Panny. Turn gets it out to Tripp. Bramwell on the halfway line. Colquitt just calmly pokes that one back to Owen Mason. Owen Mason looking for the pace over the top of Tripp there, and it's been nodded down. And it's an awful tale of events for Taylor. It nodded down from the edge of the area. It just bounced out his hands, falls to Callum Tripp, and he has an empty net just to poke it home from 18 yards. And there we have a level game here, and it's been a tale of disasters for goalkeepers so far, but the game is level 2-2. Callum Tripp with the goal on his debut.
Our goal scorer for Gateshead, number 16, Callum Tripp.
Well, announced this afternoon, Callum Tripp arrived from MK Dons on loan. One player of the season for MK Dons in September, and a lot of MK Don fans quite aggrieved that he had left on loan. But from a Gateshead perspective, it seems like it could be a very good move as the ball over the top. Offside flag goes up on Emerson on the far side. Free kick to Gateshead. And we're into the 24th minute. If you are just joined us, there's a level game here, 2-2 between Gateshead and Newcastle under-21s in the National League Cup. A victory for either side would see the progression to the next stage of this competition. As we mentioned in the build-up, a polarising competition for fans of the lower league clubs. But the prize money is pretty good as Callum Tripp brings the ball down the far side, gives it to Colquitt. Colquitt put it out to McGowan. McGowan cuts inside of it, looks to cross the ball in. There is Javon Malcolm, but it bounces away from him. But it falls to Colquitt. Colquitt looking a bit more of a midfield general tonight for Gateshead. There's lovely turn from McGowan. Can he do it again? He's just been tackled and Newcastle come away with the ball. Haven't moved it quickly though, and has to go all the way back to Taylor in the Newcastle goal. Pumps it back out though to Thompson. Out to Charlton. And now Donaldson lays it off. It's poor passing from Newcastle, and it's going to be kept in though by Charlton. Back to Bailey. Bailey pokes the ball over to this far side, but Dan Jones is there to win the header. Calmly nods it back to Bramwell. Bramwell under pressure though, and Bramwell just been dispossessed. And now Cool has the ball left hand side of the box. He's got options in the centre. Can he get past his man? Cuts inside, tries to be greedy and goes for a shot himself. The ball does come away with Mill McGowan, who cannot keep it in, and it's a throw to Newcastle on the far side. And there is a goal in the National League, I believe. I'll just get confirmation of this. Obviously this does affect Gateshead in the league competition at the moment. York are now 1-0 up away to Oldham Athletic, but as Saul up against Kane Adam. Kane Adam using his body well to guard the ball there and give it back to Dan Jones as Warman drops deep. Ball was a suicide ball to Kane Adam. He tried to keep it in, and that goes out of play, and it's a throw in to the visitors. It's now Newcastle through Bailey. Can play the ball out to Charlton. Charlton does have Heffernan in front of him. Emerson. Very tricky on the ball, left hand side. He's going to try and go up against Tripp now. Cuts back inside, tries to get the delivery, but it does end its way back to Alfie Harrison. Bailey. Charlton back to Bailey. Munda back to Bailey. Just Newcastle on a nice spell of possession here. Just using the ball as Munda is going to put it back out onto the far side. Ball forward there, Charlton on the underlap. Can he cross a ball in? He can. And what a fantastic reaction save from Owen Mason at his near post. It's a corner to Newcastle, and that was lightning reactions there. Didn't even see the shot get away from Donaldson. Once again, as I said, it doesn't have the feel of a normal league game, especially with the stand only being partially open and we don't have fans in and around us here. But at the moment, it's going to be a corner taken from the far side. Sahar puts it in. It's a dangerous one, headed clear though by Tripp on the far side. Hasn't been dealt with yet as Gould gets the ball, plays it inside, left hand side, which was shot through the middle of the box, and out it goes for a goal kick. Well, it was Conor Panny that won that header there before, not Tripp. Well, we've had an action-packed first half so far, and we're only 28 minutes into it. 2 goals apiece. As Carl Magnier's men take on Newcastle United under 21s. Good press from Newcastle as Dan Jones is forced to hold the ball up after his pass didn't make it to its intended target, but Kane Adam really working hard here to hold the man off, and the ball goes out of play for a throw to Gateshead. Local scores of interest: Middlesbrough winning 1-0 away to West Brom, and Sunderland have taken the lead away to Derby as well. As the ball nodded forward to Warman. Warman flicked it over the top. Can Javon Malcolm get onto it? He's pushing up against the defender there. Thompson did well to get it back, but Conor Panny wins the header in midfield. McGowan brings it down. He's got Conor Panny, we tried to get it to, and Scott Bailey just got in front and brings the ball forward. It's on the left-hand side now. Can Emerson open up? He tries to. Does get past his man this time. He's got time and space to cross this one in. Cuts inside with it though, and now puts it in, and it comes off. It's Bramwell in the end. And Gateshead can try and open up now. Javon Malcolm on the right hand side. Good tackle from Thompson. A good spell Thompson at the moment, the last 5 minutes. Sahar plays it forward to Munda to Cool, back inside to Munda. This looks dangerous for Newcastle as Munda brings the ball forward. Needs some support though. He's having to drive all the way down the right hand side here. Gets across in. I tell you, there's a looping one, and just chested back to Owen Mason from Callum Tripp. Well, if you are just joining us 30 minutes in, you have missed goals aplenty so far. Where it's a level game, 2-2. Callum Tripp brings the ball forward, plays it inside to McGowan, inside to Panny. Bramwell, if he looks across, he gives it back to Panny. Panny turns and plays the ball out there to Callum Tripp. So to Will McGowan. McGowan, edge of the area, goes for a curling shot. Oh, and a good save, a corner. Taylor down to his left-hand side and just pokes it past the bar with his hand. Certainly starting to see a lot more from McGowan this evening. There will be a lot of players that were involved in the Halifax game. Definitely know that they can do better in a Gateshead shirt. It wasn't their evening. A lot of things didn't go their way, but tonight they're trying to show what they're all about. As the corner comes in, floated in towards the 6-yard area, headed away by Heffernan, and now Newcastle can try and get this ball moving down the right hand side as Cool brings the ball forward, plays it forward to Donaldson. Donaldson just holds it up on the halfway line, turns inside, calmly gives it across to Thompson. Charlton back to Thompson. Castle just slowing it down somewhat. Munda midfield picks out, tried to pick out Heffernan, but Gateshead do get the ball back in midfield as Dan Jones' ball wasn't the greatest, and Kane Adam just couldn't turn to get to that, but it does go out for a Gateshead throw. Heffernan did get a touch on it. Harrison, sorry, it's Harrison. Throw taken to Kane Adam. Time to hold up his man, gives it back to Dan Jones. Panny cuts inside, is under pressure and wins a free kick. Charlie Colker, who did try to take it quickly, but they've sided against it. Ball put out to the right hand side as Callum Tripp gives it to Colkett. Bramwell. Panny with a nice ball out to the right hand side. McGowan receives it from Tripp, back out to Tripp. Colkett having to hold the ball up and get it back to Callum Tripp, who's been heavily involved as Panny turns, gives Gives it to Tinkler, back over to Bramwell. Bramwell, ball forward, didn't quite get there, but McGowan tries to win a ball back, and then now Gateshead have won it back. Colquitt, can he chip it forward? He tried to get it towards Javon Malcolm, who brings it down the box. Not the greatest of passing from either side there, but Newcastle do bring it away. Lovely little flick. I tried to send Cool away there, but Dan Jones back to marshal it, back to the keeper, who in turn has went for a long, powerful kick there. Ball in midfield as Warman holds the ball up while he's having his shirt pulled. Free kick, and it looks like we're going to have a substitution here for Gateshead. Still going at the moment, can't see who for, but Kane Adam has the ball, cuts inside. Panny, Colquitt's ball wasn't the greatest, but it does fall to Bramwell. Colquitt to Tinkler. Bramwell looking to get the ball moving forward. Back to Bramwell, and that's a poor ball indeed. It wasn't to any player, and Tinkler takes one for the team there and fouls Donaldson inside the Newcastle half. It looks like a double substitution here for Gateshead, so I can only imagine that there's a niggle on Robbie Tinkler, because he's making way. And at the moment, of course, Gateshead down to the bare bones. You would think if there is a niggle, it's going to be more precaution than anything else, as both him and Ben Warman are making way here. And with a big game on Saturday here at Gateshead International Stadium, it is Carter Millmore that comes on for Robbie Tinkler, and it is Christian Lynn that is coming on. Callum Bowen that is coming on for Warman. So I'd hazard a guess there didn't seem to be the players pulling up or anything, but you would say that's probably more precautionary for Saturday than anything else, as Gateshead tried to get the ball moving forward, but Munda intercepts. Gateshead do manage to come away with the ball as Bowen gets his first touch, drives forward with the ball, tackled, and out it goes for a throw-in to Gateshead just past the Gateshead dugout.
35, Callum Bowen, and number 37, Carter Millmore.
Well, poor touch from Kane Adam there, sees it go to a Newcastle shirt, and now Saharkin played inside. Munda has the ball. Thompson drives forward with it, lays it off to Charlton. Gateshead trying to press, but Newcastle finding space. Scott Bailey looks, plays the ball forward. Nice touch from Harrison. They're keeping the ball moving as Cool is in acres of space on this right hand side, but the ball hasn't been forthcoming to him. It might come over now, and as it does, he has time and space to try and pick out a pass here. Inside it goes. Connor Panny doesn't intercept Donaldson, can lay it back, and we're just seeing sustained pressure here from Newcastle as the ball goes out to Emerson on the far side, cuts inside with it, still driving with the ball, still goes for an ambitious one, had to be tipped over. And we've seen a couple of solo efforts tonight that have looked really good, but that one could have been a real eye catcher if it had went in the back of the net. But it's 2-2, 36 minutes gone, and we have another corner to Newcastle. Shahar is going to take this one again. We know he has a good delivery on him from what we've seen so far. In it comes, it's towards into the centre there, headed over, and the Newcastle player there, I think it was Heffernan that got the touch on that. Had a little bit more time and space than he thought. Gateshead have got it underway already. Bramwell trying to pick out Javon Malcolm. It's going to bounce in midfield. Connor Panny gets to it. Gets it to Bowen. Bowen gets it to Kane Adam on this left-hand side. Kane Adam running in towards the box, cuts inside of it. Nearly overplayed it. Got it to Connor Panny. Charlie Colquitt. Bramwell. Out to Callum Tripp. Colquitt tried to pick out a runner, but there wasn't one there. And Taylor can gather that up with ease in his area. Just wants his team to get into shape before he throws that one out. Jones intercepts the pass forward. Kane Adam tries to dance past his man, but he does very well. The physical battle from Kane Adam tonight has been quite good. He's been standing up against his men and coming away with the ball more often than not. At the moment, Milmore in the centre of defence. It's the ball to Jones. Panny starting to come more and more into the game as a crossfield ball picks out Will McGowan. And now McGowan can try and conjure something up on the right hand side. Gives it to Tripp. Tripp back to McGowan. McGowan enjoying himself at the moment, finding space as Connor Panny gets it to Charlie Colquitt. Back out to Tripp. McGowan. Colquitt. Ball in the middle there, looking for Bowen. Bowen was flying through with Thompson again. Crucial header to get rid of that one, but now Harrison can bring the ball forward for Newcastle. Donaldson just had to arc his run there, and he's onside. He's gotten into the box. Now can he pull the trigger? And Carter Milmore doing enough to disrupt, and we get a shot from outside the area, and it's got a touch on it, and it's a corner on the far side. York have doubled their lead away to Oldham in the National League, and that would keep Gateshead in 4th spot tonight if that stays the same way there. Of course, Gateshead play Oldham on Saturday, and that could be a very, very big game for either side to come away with the 3 points. But at the moment, it's National League Cup action is what we're concentrating on at the moment. And Leo Sahar has had quite a few corners so far to put in tonight, and most of them have been good, but this one's went short. Gets the ball back, crosses one into the box. It's deep, headed away though by Connor Panny. It's going to be picked up though by Thompson. Thompson can, under pressure from Bowen, twist and turn. Good work from Bowen, and the ball stayed in as Gateshead try and move the ball forward, but Bowen's ball wasn't the greatest. And Harrison now from this right hand side, lovely footwork to bring himself inside, gives it to Munda. Munda gets the ball back. Bailey over to Charlton. Charlton just slowly gives the ball back to Bailey. Bailey looking to find someone, an outlet. Comes out on the far side as Emerson just has to cut in with the ball. Bailey gives the ball to Harrison. Harrison's ball nearly got through to find Cool on the far side, and at the moment the passing has to be good, and it is good from Gateshead as McGowan right hand side. He has Javon Malcolm in support, who he holds the ball up, has to turn and brings Charlie Colquitt in across the defence to Dan Jones via Milmore. Back to Jones. Must be said, Milmore and Carter have slotted in well as McGowan got the ball in space there. Can he lay it off the Tripp on the far side? He has now. Right hand side of the box. Tripp back to McGowan, who's on the corner of the box. Back to Tripp. Newcastle back in numbers, making it hard for Gateshead to break them down and forcing them to play the ball all the way back. And Newcastle trying to hunt in packs, closing down as Owen Mason gets the ball over to Dan Jones. Dan Jones was interrupted though getting to the ball, and Munda can play the ball inside. Newcastle moving the ball really well. Scott Bailey gives it back to Heffernan. Thompson now can get it across to Charlton on the left hand side. Back to Thompson. And Newcastle just slowing it down somewhat. 4 minutes remain of the first half here. As Emerson and Cool have switched wings here as Emerson tries to run down this right hand flank, but there's Dan Jones. Bowen brings it down. Kane Adam just in front of the dugout gets it forward, but interrupted again as Munda is getting more and more of the ball as the game goes on. But Heffernan at the back plays it over to Thompson. Heffernan got it back to Thompson. Now on the far side, Cool has the ball, looking for the run of Donaldson in the centre. Donaldson running over to the ball. He's going to get there towards the corner flag. Just has to turn and bring Cool back into it. Cool Moves the ball quickly, tries to get past Tripp, but Tripp stuck to him on the far side as Charlton. Bailey can bring Sahar into it as he goes forward, gets it out to Harrison here, who's on the right hand side. He drives into a great tackle from Kane Adam, but it's picked up again by Emerson. Bailey gets it sitting a little bit deep here, looking for the ball. Sahar on the right hand side, can he pull the ball back across? He can, and it's going to be yet another corner if the ball goes out. It hasn't, it stayed in, rolled right along the line. Emerson plays down. Emerson gets the ball, now crosses the ball in there. Dangerous one, and Gateshead need to clear their lines, but Tripp appeals for a back pass there. Dan Jones has the ball at his feet now. Bramwell gives it to Carter Millmore. Out to Kane Adam on this left hand side. Adam, nice to see him back out there, but a crossed field ball. It's not actually going to get there, but the ball's going to go. Oh, has it been kept in? It has, just on the line there, dead ball line. James Taylor kept it in. Charlton plays it down. Donaldson dropping deep to get involved. Connor Panny sticking to him. Scott Bailey's got time and space to pick out Emerson, who's on the right hand side now. He's up against Dan Jones. Dan Jones just has to stand up, and Emerson using footwork. Can he get the ball across? Goes for a shot come cross. And goes well behind for a goal kick to Gateshead. If you're just joining us, it is 2-2. We're into the final minute of the first 45 here. I don't know if anything's going to be added on. Gateshead have made 2 substitutions though. Don't know if it's precautionary or not, but 2 first teamers in Robbie Tinkler and Ben Warman have left the pitch. They were replaced by Carter Millmore and Bone, and at the moment they're holding their own at the moment against the Newcastle under-21s. As Shahar dispossessed though by the poor ball from Panny in the centres. Now it is Harrison. He's got the ball right hand side of the box. He needs support. He takes a touch, carries it back. Emerson shows in support on this right hand side. Plays it down the line to Sahar. Ball out now to Emerson. Oh, he's ghosted out there. Can he get the delivery in? I think that went out. It did. And we've got 2 minutes of additional time here at the end of the 45, and we're into that already here at Gateshead International Stadium.
I believe there are 2 minutes minimum additional time. 2 minutes.
Well, Gateshead playing out from the back once again. As Carter Millmore gives it to Jamie Bramwell. Ball over the top though, looking for the run of Javon Malcolm, and he's going to get there in front of Heffernan. Heffernan gets across, so good work from foot. Oh, Javon Malcolm nearly got past, but Thompson again throwing his body in front of it and disrupting and getting the ball away. And there's a foul by McGowan on the far side, and it's a free kick to Newcastle United under-21s. Well, Newcastle playing out from the back. Captain Heffernan plays it to Sahar. Sahar back down to him. Been very impressed with both the centre-backs for Newcastle United tonight. Well, Heffernan's ball forward there. Didn't find anybody, and Millmore can mob up and give it to the goalkeeper. There's Bramwell. Gives it to Millmore. Out to Kane Adam. On the halfway line, drives down this left-hand side and wins a... Does he win a throw? Yeah, he does. Linesman was a little bit theatrical with the flag there. Thought he was going to put it the other way. Multi-ball in effect here at Gateshead Stadium, of course, with the running track. Keeps the ball and game moving a lot faster. Carter Millmore, crossfield ball to Callum Tripp. Tripp And there is the half-time whistle. It is 2-2 here at Gateshead International Stadium. And we've seen goals, we've seen mistakes by goalkeepers, but it's been not a bad evening's fair of football in the National League Cup. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're going to quick toilet stop and take on some fluids. We hope you do the same. If you are listening to us on the YouTube stream, please do hit that subscribe button. It really will help, and we'd love to have you join us on the Heed Army podcast on Thursday evening. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes with the second half and all the half-time scores.
Not sure where room 7 is, please ask the steward. I'm sure we'll point in the right direction.
And Newcastle United goalkeeper Steve Harper is in attendance tonight, of course, on work duty with Newcastle United. And he walked past before. I was going to ask him about the time he got lobbed from the halfway line here, but I thought best not. Best to stay on civil terms. But great goalkeeper in his day, and cut his teeth here at Gateshead. And let's hope in the future we see some players from Newcastle come in here to cut their teeth, learn the trade, and hopefully do well in a Gateshead shirt. And to say there's been a couple of players tonight that have caught the eye for Newcastle. Both the centre-backs have been very good on the ball. Josh Donaldson, fine goal. Garant Karul with the goal as well. But Gateshead are coming back out onto the pitch here at Gateshead International Stadium. The second half awaits. National League Cup and Mickey's put hello Mike and Busted, no doubt watching in the house. They'll be snuggling, don't worry. Coco, be nice and comfortable. We hope you are as well. Well, we've just got the referee's assistants going out to the goals to check the nets, make sure everything's all in working order. You often wonder why do they do that, but as a Gateshead fan, we see it all, and unfortunately we've seen the ball go underneath the net and out. Keith Fletcher scoring from about 25 yards, beautiful solo goal, only to be ruled out because the referee said it went past the post when it went straight down in the barrel. But the nets have been tested, we're not going to have any problems like that. So we're about to kick off here. Gateshead shooting towards the Fellon end, Newcastle towards the River Tyne. Newcastle in their away shirt of purple and red, claret. Gateshead, for our audio listeners as well, white shirts, black trim, black shorts, black socks. And we're underway as Kane Adam on the far side, up against the heart. Ball played down the line by Jones. It's going to bounce through to Will McGowan, who can get the ball, has to hold it up. He's done well, needs to get the ball out to Bowen. Bowen tries to cross the ball in, falls to McGowan on the corner of the box. He crosses one in, it's headed away though, not as far as it would like to be for Newcastle, as the ball's going to fall to Kane Adam on the left hand side of the box. Gets across another one in there towards, oh, it's been brought down by Tripp. Can he pull it back across? He can. Oh, and he put it across the face of goal. It comes back in, cleared by Newcastle. And well, he tried to score from a very acute angle there, as we did see in the first half, like Javon Malcolm, but this time it didn't nestle in the side netting. And Gateshead trying to win the ball on the far side. It goes out for a throw to the visitors. Gateshead have a good start here in the second half. Well, now as Bowen drives into the box, lays it off to, he's going to try and win the ball back. Bowen, he's got it. It hasn't been cleared fully by Newcastle yet. It's all being caught around. Bowen falls to Colquitt from the edge of the area, shot and cleared. And Colquitt has went down holding his knee. I don't know if he's fell badly here, Charlie Colquitt, but after he struck that, he's went down on the ground. I don't know if he got caught or followed the ball. And Charlie Colquitt looks like he's in some distress line on the grass. He hasn't moved yet properly to get up. And, well, I don't think there was a late foul. not blessed with replays from our vantage point here in the commentary area, but Charlie Colquitt's still down. The linesman, he's not too concerned. Don't know if he's just winded himself, but the referee now coming over towards the referee. I think he wants to have a word with someone. Oh, no. He wants to check the ball, the referee, as it looks drop ball. Did look like he was coming over to talk to the referee there. Well, there we go, the ball has dropped, and Charlton plays in centre. Gets the ball back, gives it to Emerson. Good play from Callum Tripp. Pokes the ball out to throw it to Newcastle. Gets the ball back, Charlton. As ball played down the line from Harrison, but cleared by Gateshead, and it's back with Thompson. Pumps the ball up towards Donaldson, brings the ball down well, but too many Gateshead players around him as Colquitt's back up on his feet and not, so he intercepted that one. There's Bramwell, pumps the ball up towards Javon Malcolm. It just bounces off his thigh, and Charlton can get in front of that one and turn and play it inside there to Bailey. Bailey's ball comes off Callum Tripp, and it's a throw in near the Gateshead dugout to Newcastle. As Donaldson receives the ball from the throw, Connor Panny muscled him down to the ground. Free kick just on the halfway line. Certainly some fight in this Gateshead side tonight. We're seeing every ball contested. We're seeing players stand and physical battle, and Kane Adam, no one more than him in the first half doing that, as Donaldson has to receive some treatment here on the side. I don't know if he's got there's like cotton wool coming out here. He might have a bloody nose. So the Newcastle temporarily down to 10 men at the moment as the ball played forward, looking for the run of Emerson on this left hand side. Donaldson's not there, the ball comes in, and a vicious ball. Munday gets a shot off. The reaction save from Owen Mason, but Newcastle still driving forward with the ball. Out onto the far side now as Gould has the ball. Can he get past his man? Crosses one in there, but where you'd want Donaldson, he wasn't there. He's at the moment receiving treatment in between the dugouts, but Gateshead can bring the ball away to Callum Tripp. Inside, that's a poor ball as Scott Bailey just had it passed to his feet. He gives it to Munda trying to get past his man, but Gateshead can get the ball back and get the ball moving as Callum Bowen can turn and drive over the halfway line. He's got players on the right and the left, plays it through to Javon Malcolm in the centre, who takes a touch, carries it and goes for the shot. Pulls it past the post, and that looked like it was destined to go in the top corner, but that's lovely stuff from Javon Malcolm. But Callum Bowen driving with the ball in the centre, keeping Gateshead ticking. Well, it doesn't look like there's blood on the head, or I think it might be on the knee here, by the way they're treating Josh Donaldson. He's still off receiving treatment as Newcastle play out from the back here. They're under pressure from Gateshead as the ball comes down the line and bounces out of play between the dugouts. That's a throw to Gateshead. Quickly taken by Bramwell. Gives it to Milmore. Bramwell's in the centre of this second half. Bramwell, now Milmore. Crossfield ball finds Kane Adam in space, but Sahar was there to intercept, but his header goes out for a throw halfway inside the Newcastle half on the far side. 52 minutes gone, still level here, 2-2. Gateshead National Stadium, National League Cup action as the ball comes out to Callum Tripp on the right hand side. The debutant already got a goal to his name, has the ball, gives it back to McGowan, who he's linked up very well so far in this game with. It's got the look of Chris Waddle with the socks very low. Callum Tripp. McGowan tries to beat one too many men, but wins a free kick, and Johnny Emerson is asking what that was for, but apparently there was a knee, says the referee. Callum Tripp stands over this one. It's not going to go further forward. Comes back to Colcott on the halfway line. He pokes the ball up towards Bowen. Bowen does get to the ball. Javon Malcolm picks up a loose ball. He's got Kane Adam on the left hand side who he uses, and Adam got to the ball and it goes behind for a goal kick. Must be said, a great tempo being played at this game tonight. I was worried in case it was going to have the feel of a pre-season friendly, but definitely not being played in that vein. It's end-to-end stuff. As Newcastle play it back to the keeper as Taylor slips as he kicks it and clears it out, and it's going to go out for a throw just past the Gateshead dugout on our right hand side. Callum Tripp gives the ball to Connor Panney. He was getting his first start in quite a long time for Gateshead. Grew into the game. He's played in quite a number of positions for Gateshead, but he's playing that centre midfield role tonight. Been up to the physical battle as well as, oh, lovely touch from Tripp to get it to McGowan. McGowan cuts inside, gets past his man, still going. Pulled back for a free kick there by the referee. To free kick right hand side of the box. A good opportunity for Gateshead to get in there. They do have tall men, but they've took it short. Callum Tripp flicks it off to McGowan. McGowan, lovely footwork, cuts in, crosses the ball in. There's, it's coming towards Javon Malcolm at the back post. Cleared, but great stuff from Bowen in midfield. Gives it to Callum Tripp, gets a shot off. Puts it over the bar. And Gateshead looking dangerous. But the two substitutes that came on in the first half in Callum Bowen and Carter Milmore, they've slotted in really well. Bowen been quite instrumental in some of the build-up play for Gateshead thus far, as Charlie Colcott does very well, uses his body to get in front of the ball, gives it to Milmore, and Milmore back to Owen Mason. Bramwell playing in the centre of defence now, gives it to Jones on the far side, back to Bramwell, all the way back to the keeper as well, and Owen Mason, who pumps this one long up towards Javon Malcolm, who gets a touch on it. The ball just trickles past Gateshead player. Now they're on the attack. Newcastle is Emerson lays it back to Harrison here. Can he put a cross in? He can. It's a low one, and Gateshead can deal with that as Colcott picks the ball out to Macaulay Bowen, who can turn and run with the ball. He's doing well. Bowen puts it out to Kane Adam driving into the box, just has to slow it down, turns his man. He's still going. Kane Adam just tried to beat too many men. He couldn't lay it off, and Newcastle come away with it. But Bowen once again linking up things in midfield for Gateshead. As Newcastle through Bailey build again and pass it back as Cool can drive with the ball, gets up the halfway line, sends the ball forward. Nice interception from Jamie Bramwell, and at the moment Munda gets the ball out to Cool. Harrison back to Cool, can play it down the line, and the tempo hasn't dropped here. 56 minutes gone, 2-2, and definitely looks like there's more goals in this game as McGowan tries to win the ball back off Charlton, but Thompson can drive forward with the ball. He's still going. Callum Tripp slide tackle, puts the ball out in slow motion, nearly there though, but it's a throw into the visitors just next to their own dugout. Charlton, if he looks up, there's a man on the far side, but he didn't see it. Thompson plays the ball through the centre looking for the run of Munda, but Gateshead intercept and get the ball in the centre. Bowen now, can he send? He has. He sent Javon Malcolm through, but once again Heffernan reading the ball really well. And it's been a good battle that tonight between Heffernan and Malcolm. But Bowen once again has eyes to play the ball forward. Ball through the centre wasn't the greatest, and intercepted by Newcastle as Emerson drives in the centre. He's got men either side of him. Still going with it. Lays it off onto the far side. As Cool just has to check himself to get the ball in control. And now Munda puts a cross in. There was Owen Mason just to dive down and gather that ball. Owen Mason slowing it down, wanting his team to get back into position. Rolls it out to Bramwell. Dan Jones going for a ball down the wing there, looking for the run of Bowen. But Gateshead do pick it up, and ball stays in play actually, as Kane Adam tried to do it, but Gateshead just having to. Oh, lovely turn from Bramwell. Plays it inside, and Connor Panny puts it back to Mason in the Gateshead goal. Did see Tiernan Brooks in the warm-up, was out there warming up, so hopefully he'll be back in contention, because Owen Mason has been doing a good job as deputising since the injury to Tiernan Brooks. But Gateshead in possession with Callum Tripp on the halfway line. Just has to play it back to Owen Mason. Well, Emerson just stretching his hamstrings there. Just bending over. He's done a lot of running tonight. Ball forward, looking for the run of Bowen. Bowen was just muscled out the way there, but he's fought for the ball back, wins it back, pulls it back across. Javon Malcolm does get to the ball, but Heffernan just gets in front of him and marshals that one clear. And well, the big number 5 is having a good game, but Gateshead back in possession. Kane Adam goes for a speculative shot there, takes a deflection, and it's going to bounce through to Taylor, who's already distributed it to Emerson. Emerson looking to open up, but Gateshead back in numbers to close it down. Emerson receives it midfield, just dances past Panny, and that's a nice ball out to the far side, but Dan Jones is there to intercept in a big gap for Gateshead to intercept the ball. Just seeing a few tired legs from Newcastle at the moment. Has been a high tempo. This Tripp gives it to Colquitt. Colquitt ball forward wasn't the greatest, and it ricochets out for a throw to Gateshead down here on our left hand side, on level with the corner of the box, more or less. Gets the ball to Connor Panny. Panny plays it inside to McGowan. Nice footwork. Gateshead keeping the ball moving. Good pressure from Newcastle as well, though. It's making Gateshead work hard here as the ball comes out to Milmore. Milmore got it forward to McGowan. McGowan managed to hit the ball. Milmore wins the ball back, though. It's still a bit sloppy, but there's a good press from Newcastle, making Gateshead have to think about where they're putting the ball. But Mason's clearance is a good and lovely brought down by Javon Malcolm. Gives it to Callum Tripp, who just turns and slows it down. If McGowan looks up, he can find Panny. Panny does have Kane Adam on the far side, but Panny drives forward and lays it off to Adam now. Gateshead looking to probe. Adam gets the ball back up against Sahar. Sahar cuts back. There's Dan Jones. Dan Jones puts one in, but cleared by Heffernan, but comes back to Jones now. Colquitt plays for his centre. Javon Malcolm battling to get to the ball. Bailey heads it away. It's going to fall though to Bailey, and Bailey can bring it forward. Not many Newcastle players driving forward with him, not many options, but there is going to be 2 substitutions made by the visitors, and it's going to be Sean Neve and Darren Palmer are going to be coming on here in the next break of play. Sahar plays the ball forward. Donaldson holds it up, gets it to Cool looking for options. Donaldson. Now we see Harrison drive through the centre. He's got Cool on the right, he's got Charlton to the left, but Gateshead back in numbers. There's a wall of white shirts, and Emerson now gets the ball out to Charlton. Charlton crosses the ball in, and it bounces right through, falls to Cool, who's got time to take a touch, takes it forward, and it's been poked forward, but he's still got to a dead ball line, hits it towards Owen Mason. It's been cleared though by Gateshead, only as far as Bailey on the edge of the area. Now in comes the cross. Mason fists it clear. Munda puts it back in. Headed clear as far as Bailey, and this is better from Newcastle. They're starting to probe themselves and camp out in and around the area as Bailey receives the ball back, goes for a crossfield ball. It's going to get to Emerson. Emerson's touch is good, gets him Oh, he holds it up well, but there's McGowan just to try and interrupt. Emerson got the ball to a teammate, and now Bailey can bring it forward in the centre. He's going to put it out to the right hand side. Can Sahar put the cross in? He can, but it's not a very good one. And Gateshead through Kane Adam and play it around the back, and Dan Jones plays it down the line, and that's not a good pass. That Heffernan gets to it, and Kane Adam battling for that one. This is the Kane Adam we want to see. Sliding tackle from Kane Adam, and the ball falls into a Newcastle player's path as Heffernan lays it off. We're definitely seeing a more physical Kane Adam tonight. It's nice to see. He's been holding men off. He's been guarding the ball, passing it around. We're seeing tackles flying in. It's the Kane Adam that I want to see, but Donaldson's come through onto a ball. He's got past the defender. Offside flag goes up. As on the Newcastle United bench, hands go to the head. But we are going to see a double substitution here. We're going to see the goal scorer Josh Donaldson coming off for Sean Neve. There we go. And we're also seeing Emerson come off for Darren Palmer. So Emerson and Donaldson are leaving the pitch. We are going to see Christian Lynn coming on as well for Gateshead, number 48.
Number 9, Josh Donaldson, and number 11, Johnny Emerson, being replaced by number 17, Callum Palmer.
And Callum Tripp is coming off, one of Gateshead's goal scorers tonight. Gave a great account of himself. And we're going to see Lynn go across to the far side on the left wing back position, and we're going to see Kane Adam coming over to the right hand side now to replace Tripp. So a slight little reshuffle from Gateshead as the ball comes out to Kane Adam. First touch on the right hand side, lays it back to Milmore. Milmore finds Bramwell. Two Newcastle players that have come on are picking up where the teammates left off with the press as the ball from Mason falls to Bailey. Bailey tries to thread it through. Nice touch and turn, and now Neve for the first time shot. Oh, hits it off Owen Mason. Don't know how much he knew about it, or I might be doing him a discredit. But Darren Palmer with the strike there. I thought it was Neve at first, but quick play from Newcastle. Corner from our left hand side. Sahar's coming over to take it. Taken short to Gould. Gould now he's up against two players, threads it through, and Newcastle trying to be a little bit cute with that one, and nearly paid off, but the ball goes behind for a goal kick. Would have been a nice little flick if that had got through from the edge of the box. Bramwell. There's the ball off to Jones. They're under pressure though. Jones tries to turn his man, and Darren Palmer has got a bit of pace to him. Gets its ball forward, intercepted by Newcastle. As Bailey on the halfway line. Was he fouled? Referee says no, but it is still with Newcastle. There's Bailey twisting and turning. Thompson, in the centre of defence, can bring the ball forward for Newcastle. Turn gives it over to Heffernan. And we're going to see Sahar play it back. Heffernan puts the ball over the top, but there was Dan Jones just to bring it down. And picked up on a far side by Lynn, gives it back to Jones. Bramwell can play it to Owen Mason. To Carter Milmore, who finds Kane Adam. Kane Adam holding the ball up well. Certainly seeing that as a physical battle, but then as I say that, he's out-muscled and pushed away, and the ball comes into the centre. There's fantastic save from Owen Mason. It was Darren Palmer coming in. It looked like he was about to strike that into the back of the net, but Gateshead do manage to turn, and lovely touch by Bowen on the far side. Turns his man, runs with it. He's still going into the box. Can he go any further? He can. Gets the shot away, and it bounces up into the arms of Taylor. And wow, He was giving Javon Malcolm a run for his money on the solo efforts there, but Newcastle bring the ball forward now, left-hand side. As Cool has it, up against Kane Adam, who's down on the ground again, just out-muscled there. As Cool has the ball, still driving with it. Plays it into the centre, but there was Gateshead to come away with it. And Bowen can bring the ball forward again. Plays it out to Lynn. Lynn's going to get there and keep the ball in. Back to as Kane Adam is just stretching out his hamstring there. Seems to be moving all right though. Ball down the line to find Bowen, and Bowen is like a dog with a bone. He's keeping a hold of it. Got dispossessed though. Ball comes across now to Dylan Charlton. Back inside. Ball disrupted though by Kane Adam. Adam loses out in the battle for the second ball, but now Gateshead do fortunately get it back, and at the minute a little bit scrappy in midfield, but Newcastle come away with the ball. Cool brings the ball forward. He's got the overlap with Harrison. Harrison drives into the box. Can he pull it across? He can, and there was nobody there, and it goes past the post and out for a... Oh, it hasn't went out. It's rolled along the line again, and Gateshead can bring it forward on the far side. Back inside to Jones. That's forward as Bowen tried to thread it through. Referee tells him to get it up as he was lying on the grass. Newcastle looking to turn a screw here or change a gear as Cool brings it down on the edge of the area, comes to shot away. Another great save with the feet from Owen Mason, and Newcastle definitely trying to change a gear here as Kane Adam went to kick the ball there and slipped. The ball went out. He's looking at the grass to see what happened. He's just lost his footing there, but it does look like Charlie Colcott's evening might be done here. He's took his boot off, and we have a break in play. We'll just have a little look around the scores for interest where we've got a break in play here. 1 second, let's have a little look. Regional scores: Sunderland are still winning 1-0, Middlesbrough are still winning 1-0, Blythe Spartans are losing 3-0, Darlington 0-0 with Kidderminster, and Chester are 0-0 with Spennymoor. And just having a look around the game in the National League that concerns Gateshead is Oldham versus York City, and York City are currently winning 2-0 in that one, and that means Gateshead will still be in 4th place tonight in the National League table, embedded in the playoffs. They're 9 points ahead of 8th place, and Gateshead really are in a good position, but at the moment the squad is rather threadbare, and can they bolster themselves in this January to keep themselves competitive? It happened last year when we had the likes of Dejon Brown arrive, Kane Adam and Ben Warman, who will be the players to bolster the squad this side. But at the moment, Charlie Colcott still down at the moment, and apparently there has been an equalised goal. No, someone said Middlesbrough 1-1. That's in the under-21 game. But Colcott is putting his boot back on, so hopefully we'll see him continue. But it does look like we're going to have a substitution. Garant Carroll is going to come off here. See number 7 for Newcastle on their board. And it looks like number 15 is Ellis Stanton is going to come on. Well, Colcott seems to be moving all right. He's got his boot back on. Oh no, it's number 8 that's come off. They've changed it from number 7. It's Anthony Munda has come off. So you should always wait till the ball's actually went up. Throw into Newcastle, taken. Scott Bailey under pressure, plays a crossfield ball to Heffernan, who can bring it down. Nice touch, gets it over to Sahar. Sahar can bring the ball forward. And first touch for Ellis Stanton, who plays the ball forward, way too much on it, and out it goes for a goal kick. If you're just joining us, 72 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium, National League Cup, Gateshead 2, Newcastle United under-21s 2. Game still being played at a good pace, as was the first half, but not as many goals, or any goals in the second half. Panny plays the ball back to Owen Mason. Ball up towards Kane Adam, wins, chests it down to McGowan. McGowan brings the ball forward. He's got Adam on this right hand side. Javon through the centre, gets it to Javon, not leaves it to Adam. Adam's still going, lifts back to Javon Malcolm. Right hand side of the box, just has to turn. He was covered and marked as McGowan plays it into the centre. Connor Panny lines himself up, he's been dispossessed and poked away and brought down a Newcastle player in the process, but a ball played forward as Owen Mason has to come out his area and clear that one, and it's going to be pumped forward again by Thompson. As Connor Panny got in front of the Newcastle player and got the ball in back in Gateshead's possession, but a ball like that from Dan Jones does no favours to the midfield as Harrison can just bring that forward and put it out to Sahar on the right hand side. Harrison dropping deeper to get involved here. Stanton gives it back to Harrison and then back to Herfinen. Stanton looking for movement in front of him.
Was number 8.
Stanton plays it all the way back to Herfinen.
Being replaced by number 15, Ellis Stanton.
Well, Herfinen, long ball down the right hand channel, but Dan Jones is there to see it. Gets in front of and a poor ball inside, and Newcastle have latched onto that one, and an awful shot. That was always rising as soon as it left his foot. It's a goal kick to Gateshead here. 16 and a half minutes left, and it stays like this, it does go to penalties for an extra point, but I don't think that's enough for Gateshead to progress. If it worked out that way, and Owen Mason under pressure gets to the ball, second time of asking, and well, it's the second or third time Owen Mason's just been caught dawdling somewhat. Sean Neve was trying to win the ball there, certainly entitled to do so. Ball through the centre from Owen Mason, doesn't find its target, and Scott Bailey gets onto it, gets it to Garan Carroll on this left hand side, who tries to open up against Milmore, and he's pushed him down. It's a penalty. As soon as he put his arm out, Carroll went down, and it's a penalty to Newcastle United under 21s here. The youngster Carter Milmore just beaten to the ball, and his arm went out and pushed him down in the box. So Owen Mason to face Garan Carroll from the penalty spot. Well, referee's blue. Gould steps forward, hits it, and he's buried into the bottom left-hand corner. And Newcastle United under 21s take the lead here on 55 minutes. It's Gateshead 2, Newcastle under 21s 3. Unfortunate for the youngster there, but he just got wrong-footed and arms went out, pushing the back, and you can't really argue with that. But it looks like we are going to see another substitution from Gateshead. Lucas Lowry, who scored in the previous game in this competition, will add a bit of pace up top for the Tynesiders, but will it be at the expense of Javon Malcolm or Kane Adam? We'll see in a second. It's going to be for McGowan. We've had a good showing from Will McGowan this evening, linked up very well with the debutant Callum Tripp. Some nice passages of play between the two players, but Lucas Lowry comes on now and adds quite a bit of pace to Gateshead's forward line. Well, we are going to see John Bellahoon come on, and we've just seen Bramwell leave the pitch there. No, it wasn't Bramwell, sorry, I think it's Charlie Colquitt as Bramwell's went into midfield. And now Bellahoon, first touches, gives it to Milmore. Ball cleared by Gateshead, headed forward by Stanton. And Bowen gets the ball, turns, just pulled back by the two Newcastle players. Free kick.
Double substitution by Gateshead there.
Well, the Gateshead have another goal in them. In reply, it's been an end-to-end game. Second half, not as fruitful with the goals, but at the moment, Kane Adam trying to be industrious here on this left-hand side as Belayoun gets the ball inside now to Bramwell. Got the ball across to the far side, and Gateshead play the ball through the centre. Oh, it nearly come through, but Javon Malcolm keeps the ball moving, gets it out to Kane Adam. Right hand side of the box, cuts in with it, drives with the ball, tries to go for his shot, and the ball is ricocheted away, and Newcastle can bring the ball away through Neve. Neve trying to twist and turn. Carter Millmore left on the ground, but there's only three Newcastle players Gateshead players in front of Neve, and he's still driving, he's still going. Neve goes for the shot, and oh, well, thought it was going to bounce behind Owen Mason there, but he took a touch, it bounced behind him, and he stopped it before it went over the line. But Sean Neve looks dangerous when he's on the front foot. Ball out to the far side. As now Gateshead try and build once more. Long ball out to this right hand side for Kane Adam to get onto. He picks up the loose ball from the header. Garant Carroll just runs into the back of Kane Adam. Free kick. Garant Carroll with a little bit of afters there. I don't know what's been said, but he's trying to disrupt what Gateshead want to do here. Kane Adam takes it quickly and puts it back. Carter Millmore. Dan Jones has it on the halfway line. Plays it across to the far side. Gateshead try and bring this ball forward, but they're dispossessed and they bring the ball forward now. Newcastle on the far side through Darren Palmer. Just slows it down, plays it back down to Stanton. Back to Palmer. Newcastle just passing it into space at the moment. Letting the ball do the work as it comes across to Thompson. Gateshead trying to hunt in packs here to close down. As Newcastle still pass it around the back, and it goes all the way back to James Taylor. Over to Heffernan. Heffernan back to Taylor. Newcastle just slowing it down somewhat. Got themselves in front here with 10 minutes to go in the National League Cup. As Neve holds the ball up, gets it out there onto the far side. Gateshead just stopped the ball going forward, but it falls back to a Newcastle shirt as Bailey gets through. Two players, lays it back to Heffernan. Now Zahar plays it back to Heffernan, and yeah, Newcastle definitely slowing it down. Trying to see this one out at the moment. Ball over the top through the centre, looking for the run of Neve, and Neve does get past Millmore. First time shot, and he puts it past, and out it goes for a goal kick. And he's got the beating of Millmore in the foot race there, does Sean Neve. It's a take it short to Millmore, to Jones. Jones looking for movement in front of him. Back to Millmore in the centre. Jean Belayoun gives it to Kane Adam. Adam looking for the run. Belayoun, the ball goes out of play for a Gateshead throw though, just in front of the Newcastle United dugout. I don't know if we've got an injury here to Belayoun. Something happening in front of the, I think this is a Newcastle United player down. There was a Newcastle player down there. We couldn't see it from our vantage point. It was Charlton, but he's back up. Throw into Gateshead. Gets the ball to Bowen. Bowen back to Belayoun. Belayoun dispossessed, and now Newcastle can try and bring the ball away as Bowen tries to get in front of Palmer. Played all the way back to Sahan, halfway line for Newcastle. Scott Bailey gives the ball to Charlton. Charlton's going to give it to Cool on this left-hand side. The overlap's there if he wants it, but he didn't see it until afterwards. Played through the centre though. And Harrison plays the ball back for Cool. It's a nice bit of movement. Can he pull the ball back? He can. There's the header, and at the back post, he put it in the back of the net. And I think it was Darren Palmer that got the header in for the fourth goal here on 83 minutes. Well, congratulations being had between the... It wasn't Palmer that scored, actually. We'll get confirmation on the goal scorer momentarily. It may have been Palmer. I think it was Palmer that scored. Yeah, it was. Darren Palmer with the header. There's a nice cross into the box. I want to see two substitutions from Newcastle. Rory Powell is going to be coming on, as is Rory Finnan. Pardon me. Well, on comes Powell. He replaces Charlton. A little bit of a rejig at the back here for Newcastle. As Harrison gets a good pep talk from the manager there for Newcastle. Bit of encouragement.
Your goal scored for Newcastle. It's been credited to number 10, Alfie Harrison.
Oh, Alfie Harrison scored. Well, it's been credited Harrison, but now there's a shot away and Newcastle nearly getting their fifth goal. Mason having to score there. I could have sworn. Was it Palmer got the goal? Yeah, Palmer got the goal, yeah. So it's the stadium announcer getting it wrong there. Had me second guessing myself there. But we have another corner, Sahar, whose deliveries have been quite good, but he's went for a short one here as Cool has the ball up against Kane Adam, who's still full of energy. Certainly has to be in contention to start on Saturday, Kane Adam, after tonight, as Stanton. There's the ball back to Finneran.
Entering the pitch is substitutes for Newcastle. Number 12,
Thompson.
Rory Powell. Number 16, Rory Finneran.
Thompson has the ball again at his feet, just passing it back to Heffernan across the back bit and then back to Thompson. Newcastle being more clinical in the second half. Also with the penalty. As Newcastle look like they're set to progress in the competition as the ball goes over the top towards Cool here on the left hand side, brings the ball, stopped it dead, brings it inside, driving with the ball, still going Cool from the edge of the area, goes across and straight into the chest of Owen Mason, but that looked like it was going to be a spectacular one. Jean Bellahoun brings the ball forward for Gateshead. His right hand side. 5 minutes remain. If you want to just join us, Gateshead 2, Newcastle United under 21s 4. As Javon Malcolm chests the ball down, tried to get to it. Boone does very well to win the ball back. He's on the edge of the area. Can he pull the trigger? He can, but it's going to come back now, and Gateshead still have the ball, comes into the centre, and Herfinen with a fantastic block to stop that ball going through, and Gateshead can build again on the halfway line as Dan Jones has the ball. And that's not the greatest ball forward on the far side, and that goes out for a throw to Newcastle.
Correction to the last goal scored for Newcastle. I see BBC Sport announcing that it is Palmer who scored for Newcastle their fourth goal.
Well,
Darren Palmer, 17.
Gateshead through Bellahoun, gets the ball, brings it forward. Kane Adam turns inside, just loses out there. Good work from Leo Sarhar as Newcastle bring it forward now. Scott Bailey's going to line himself up for the shot, goes for a curling one, and past the post it goes. He found himself in space and had the confidence, and when he 2 up with 4 minutes to go, why not? Once again, a big thank you to everyone that has tuned in tonight. National League Cup action on National League TV, and of course for us on the Heed Army podcast. As the ball's played through, Gateshead managed to interrupt as Javon Malcolm holds the ball up, leaves Herfnon on the ground, drives with the ball, but he's going to have to hold it up, brings Belayun into space. He's got Kane Adam on this right hand side. Do Gateshead have a grandstand finish in them, but Kane Adam having to twist and turn, gives the ball back to Bramwell. Panny to Jones, out onto the far side now. There's Jones, picks the ball out on the far side. Can Gateshead get across into the box? Twisting and turning down to the dead ball line, seen out really well by Newcastle defender.
Last substitution by Newcastle. The 2 players leaving the pitch are number 10 Harrison and number 3 Charlton.
Well, we're just seeing some fog come onto the pitch, misty on the far side. As Newcastle look to keep the ball moving forward as Neve turns. He's got Carroll, but gives it to Sahar, who finds himself out on this right hand side. Cuts in. Oh, there's a tap from behind by Kane Adam. It's a free kick to Newcastle. We've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left of normal time here. As I always like to say thank you for joining us on our broadcast, whether it be on National League TV or on the Heed Army podcast. Always very much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the coverage tonight. As Gateshead have the ball in midfield, Panny picks out. Oh, the ball played through, looking for Lucas Lowry. Lucas Lowry still trying to chase for it. Played back. But certainly one of the better under-21 sides that we've seen here in this competition. Of course, we've seen Leeds, Sunderland and Middlesbrough play here at the International Stadium. Always interesting to see what the academy setups have in their back pocket for the future. Leffernan plays the ball down the far side. Ball's going to go all the way through to Owen Mason. The fourth official has the board in his hands. We have 10 seconds of normal time remaining, and we're about to find out how much longer we've got left on. 5 minutes is going to be added on here at the end of the game as Javon Malcolm tries to thread the ball through for Lucas Lowry, and way too much on it, and out it, well, it didn't go out, it went through to James Taylor in the Newcastle goal, who's just taking his time with it here. Gives it to Thompson. Herfnon across the defence. Newcastle are seeing it out well at the moment. Stanton plays it across to Thompson. He can bring the ball forward. Sahar has the ball on this left hand side now. Been some impressive displays tonight. A little bit scrappy at times, but on the whole, a good competition on the evening between the two sides. Competitive all the way through, and still now Newcastle on the attack as they play the ball through for Krul. He's got past the offside flag, he hasn't. It come up late, and there is the follow-up shot that goes wide. Mason's going to take a goal kick there, but it is a free kick. Taken short. Dan Jones plays it out to the far side. Can get the ball up the pitch as Panny gives it back to Jones. Jones, nice little bit of footwork, turns his man, cuts inside with the ball. Bramwell. Back to Jones. Ball out to the far side, and now Gateshead can try and thread the ball through to Lucas Lowry. Holds the ball up. He's under pressure. Did well there, the youngster. So Gateshead having to go through their academy players this evening. Ball comes out to Millmore. Bramwell, the centre of defence. It's going to come back to Millmore. Jean Bellahoun is showing for him on this left-hand side. He gets the ball. Back to Carter Millmore from Kane Adam. Gateshead try their luck down the left-hand side this time. Can they build something? Dan Jones receives the ball inside. He's looking for a runner. Well, Gateshead might have been down to the bare bones tonight in the depth of their squad and bringing in a few younger players, but the likes of Macaulay Bowen and Millmore, although he did give away a penalty, have acquitted themselves very well tonight. Their first team opportunity as the ball comes through now. Newcastle dead ball line, pulled it back across, couldn't get anything on it. Bowen tries to nip past his man, and offside flag goes up on the far side. Also as well, Colin Panny, Kane Adam starting after not playing for a while. Bramwell as well. There's been a few players in there. Callum Tripp on his debut scoring and linking up well with Will McGowan. There's positives there tonight for Gateshead, even though there isn't many of the strongest side out there, you would say. But if these players can carry on developing like this, it will give heart to Carl Magnier and Liam Birdcutt. As the ball's pumped forward up towards, it's going to be nodded on by Newcastle players. Bowen's tried really well. Ball played back to James Taylor. It's going to bounce. He's going to do his feet in the area. Clears the ball. Bowen trying to disrupt and get Ferdinand to lose the ball. Back to Taylor. Bowen still going, and forces a mistake from Newcastle. Throw in. Just under a minute remains here. It's going to be a throw from Bellahoun. Does get it to Panny. Panny couldn't control it, and out it goes. We've got 20 seconds remaining now of the time added on. Wish Newcastle United all the best of luck further in the competition here. A promising young side as they come forward with the ball. Still going as Neve just dispossessed, and the ball can be played back. And there is the full-time whistle. Newcastle run out 4-2 winners here. The under-21 side against Gateshead in the National League Cup. We wish them all the best in the future rounds of the competition. Gateshead do bid farewell to the competition tonight, but remember, Gateshead are back in action on Saturday afternoon here at home to Oldham Athletic. And if we just go to the game that is involving Oldham tonight, that one did finish 2-0 to York, so Gateshead will be fourth still in the National League table this evening. So please join us on Saturday. Remember, the best place to be is in the stands, but if you can't make it, we will be bringing you full match commentary here from the Gateshead International Stadium, and we'd love you to join us. Remember to hit that subscribe button and join us on the Heed Army podcast on Thursday evening 8 o'clock, where we'll be talking about this and of course previewing that game against Oldham. Once again, thank you for joining us on National League TV, and we'll be seeing you next time. Thank you very much.